Hello, I'm Robert, and you're welcome here in my busy little shop. On today's episode of What's on My Workbench, I've got a scrap of leather here that came from Montana Leather. They sent me leather that I used on a video making a travel tote, and you may have seen it. But when I finished, I had this piece of leather left over, and I've been sitting on this for a while, not literally, trying to figure out the best use for it. And it came to me today of a really nice little project to make. And well, let's get over here on the workbench and we'll see how that comes together. I appreciate having you in the shop with me today. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a pin holder that will help protect an owner's pin. So to get started, I'm going to cut a 2-inch strip of leather off of this Rushmore piece. Okay, so we've cut the strap 2 inches wide, and just so you know, it's 17 inches long. And the way I'm going to use this to make the pin pouch is I'm going to set the pin on here, and I'm going to fold this over and make a pouch that's deep enough to where you can slide the pin 100% in and protect it. So that would be to there, and that's 6 inches. Then the other way you may want to use it is to have it clipped. And if it was clipped, it would come to here, and we want to protect the top of the pin. So what we will do is we'll fold this over here and bring this down to where the top of the pin is still protected. That will allow the user to use the pin holder either way. If you have it all the way in, you can still pinch it and push it up out of there. So we've got 17 inches long, a fold at 6 inches, and another fold at 3 1/4 inches. Let's set this pin out of the way. And I told you this is a fast-moving project. This isn't going to take very long to do. So what we need is double-sided tape from here down. And 3 1/2 inches. We're going to fold that over that 3 1/2 inches. Oh, 3 1/4, sorry. Okay. And then 6 inches. Okay, it's done. No, just kidding. We need to sew this now. So we can test it though. So this will work to hold the pin all the way in to protect that. Or if we want to have it clipped, come out of there. Then we could bring it down here and we could clip it. Now, not every pin or every thickness of leather works good to have it clipped. You don't want to damage the clip, but it'll be like that. So let's get set up here and put a couple stitch lines in, and we'll get this sewn. What I don't want to do is I don't want to have this tooth come here and split the leather. I want the edge here to be sewn completely in. So I'm actually, it may seem a little bit odd, but I'm going to start here with the first tooth tucked over that edge. And I will do my stitch line this way. And then I'll come back up here and make sure that I don't get off the edge up here either. Okay, I'll do the same thing on this side. Okay, we'll set up over here and get this sewn. Let's pick a fun color here. I'm going to use red. I think that'll look pretty on there. Now when you're sewing soft leather like this, it doesn't have very much of a temper. You don't want to pull really snugly here because it'll wrinkle this up. So I'm going to put 4 or 5 stitches in. Just pulling it to, not tight. And then I'm going to pull this way on it, and that'll snug those down and not accordion the leather. Now I'm going to finish off this end here with a knot, and I'm going to hide it between these 2 layers of leather. And I'll show you how we do that. I could come through here on both sides and tie the knot between the 2 layers this way, but I don't like to do it that way. What I'll do is I'll come to this side here, so they're both on this side. Come out of there. All right. Then I'm going to take this one up 1 more stitch and go between the layers. And I'm going to leave that in there just so you can see. And then this one here, I'm going to go in the next one and leave it between the layers. Like that. Then I will tie the square knot. And to me, it seems like this tucks in there a lot better than the other way. There we go. By the time I tap that down, you won't find that. All right. I think she looks pretty good. I'll get this side stitched and then I'll meet you back over on the workbench. And we'll tap these threads down a little bit. All right, let's take a look for a moment here. You can see I tapped down this side, but not this. And you can probably see there's a little bit of difference. The thread is a little bit more defined than over here, and it also relieved a little bit of the pucker from that. We'll do that over here. Now you can see I have both sides tapped down. I think it looks really nice. And it works here to hold the pin. You want to keep from having the leather too thick here because that can be hard on the clip. Or if you don't want it on display like that, you can tuck it down in there, and then when you throw it in your briefcase, you know, it's well protected. And there's a lot of people that have a lot of money wrapped up in pins. This is just a nice way of recognizing that and having a place to keep them. Here's a set, pen and pencil set of cross pins. Once again, you can do that, or you can have them clipped on here and on display. And you know, man, you can go a lot of different ways with this. I've got my nice scissors here. You could make, if you've got a seamstress in your family, you could make a pair of scissor holders as well. So, like I said, there's so many different ways that you can utilize this and customize it. You could do tooling on here if you wanted to have it tooled as well. And just a beautiful way of taking care of people's tools. Yes, pen and pencil is a tool. And what do they say? The pen is mightier than the sword. So there we go. Man, I'm really torn now. Whether the person's into pens, you could make a nice pen holder. Maybe it's a seamstress or another leather worker. And you can use it for scissors. I think I'm a little torn now. I may have to have this for my workbench instead of that case that it came with. I'm torn. I know what I can do. I've got more leather over there. I appreciate having you in the shop with me today. Please like, share, and subscribe. More importantly, have a great day.